Hello there, Capricorn. Thank you so much for stopping by for your monthly tarot video forecast for the month of February. This is the first time that I am doing the monthlies, so I have a completely different format for them than I do for the weeklies. I'm not going to actually be showing you guys the cards because the way I read them in this spread, I think that would just add to confusion rather than be helpful. So it's going to be way, way, way different. And I encourage you to leave me some comments, what you think about the new monthlies, and just let me know. Do you like this or not? Okay, so what we have coming in for your environment and what you need to know about environment, Capricorn. When I read about environment, this is any place you have energy and effort invested. So most times this comes up as home. However, I have seen it several times come up as school or as work as well. So this could be any one of those three for you or any other place you have energy or effort invested. So your environment, Capricorn, for February. There is something going on. You have a whole new idea about your environment in February, and I feel like you are wanting to do something completely new with it. I don't feel like you're necessarily wanting to move or to go to a different location to work, but I feel like you're wanting to make some kind of improvements to that environment. Maybe you want a fresh coat of paint. Maybe you want a new dishwasher. Maybe you want to add on to your porch. All kinds of things all kinds of ways that this could play out, but there's definitely something new that you're thinking about accomplishing in your environment on February. Now, next we're going to look at those things that are influencing you at a subconscious level. So these are going to be things running around in the background of your mind. They're not going to be on the conscious level too often. They will come up occasionally. What I have going on here is looks like you have some kind of tedious task that you know you need to accomplish, and your subconscious is kind of chewing on it, trying to sort of get you up and motivated to do it. I've got to tell you that for most of you, this actually feels like it has to do with taxes. It has to do with doing your taxes. And I know we're in February. A lot of people already did their taxes in January. So February, I don't know, but this is just coming in really, really strongly as something having to do with taxes. So I think that's running around in your subconscious mind, maybe kind of wondering, okay, how's it going to turn out when I do my taxes? Maybe I should make an appointment to go to H&R Block or whoever, that kind of thing. But definitely some kind of tedious task that your subconscious is trying to get you worked up for, trying to get your energy and your motivation worked up to accomplish. Okay, and Capricorn, I'm not a Capricorn, but I can totally relate to that. Okay, so the next card that we have coming up talks to me about your learning style and also your communication style for the month of February. And because what I'm looking at is basically like one main theme that's running through the month, I'm not doing a complete look at the whole month. So when I'm looking at the learning style and the communication style, that's going to be as it relates to this one whole theme. And as I keep going through the spread, you'll realize more and more what that theme is all about for you. And so you'll see how it plays out. This is kind of like putting all the little puzzle pieces together is what it's doing with this spread. But as far as learning style for February, I feel like you are burnt out on learning. You're like, do I really have to do any more? And if not learning, then research. You're just like, you know what? Tired, done. Laying down on the job as far as that goes. No, 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 no. You are just not interested in learning anything else. You feel like you have learned enough. Stop. It's like you're just burnt out on picking up new information right now. So whether that is you doing research on things until you're just blue in the face, or whether that is that you've taken so many courses that you're just burnt out and you would like to have a normal life, but there's something going on with learning that just has you at that point where you're like, you know what, I'm taking a time out from it. So I don't feel like you have any kind of learning going on February, at least not anything intentional. We all learn things, you know, just going through life. But I don't think there's anything you're really focused on learning or on researching in February. As far as communication, interesting. I feel like you are holding a lot in Capricorn in February. It's almost like there's a whole lot of things that you would like to say, but biting that tongue type of thing. Just sort of really holding back as far as what you would like to say in February, definitely. So communication style is basically not. At least when it comes to this particular theme that we've got going on for you guys. Now, the next card talks to me about work. And work for me can be that thing that you do to make a living, but it can also be something that you're doing to improve your own character or improve your own integrity. And so what I have coming up for you guys for work is, I actually feel like there's somebody that you're interacting with in February at work, and this is somebody who may be a mentor to you, or he may be like unwittingly a mentor to you. For most of you, this is going to be a him. For a few of you, this will be a female. But this is somebody who has some really good advice about work and how to make work run the way that you want it to run. How to make things flow so that it's the most profitable, so that it's the best for you, so that you get the best pay out of work. So if you're working any kind of job where you have like a bonus structure, this person may be giving you advice about how to get through that bonus structure the best way, quickest way, most efficient way possible. If you're working in a place where there's not a bonus structure, but maybe there's a bunch of people that are bucking for a promotion and you're one of them, this person may be giving you sort of insider information about how to make the bosses happy. Like, what are some of their pet peeves? What are some of the things that they just rave about? This can also be somebody that maybe sees what you're doing at work and just is able to give you pointers on how to actually just do your job in a more efficient, better way. This could be somebody that the company actually calls in to do some coaching at work, but there's definitely something going on with someone that is helping you in some way in the work situation. Now, for those of you who are looking for work, I feel like this could be someone who offers a really great reference, or someone who says, you know what, I think you would be really great where I work. Let me put in a good word for you. Here, fill this paperwork out. Let me take it in and tell people about you, or something along those lines as well if you're looking for work. Now, if this is something that you're working on yourself, I feel like you may be working on some blocks, Capricorn, that have kept you from being as prosperous as you would like to be, that have kept you from having as much money as you would like to have flowing in your life. So you may be, if you're doing some personal work, this would be working on getting rid of those blocks and opening yourself up to allow more abundance and more prosperity into your life so that you can have a life that has more financial ease in it than it has had. Okay, so that's enough about that card. The next thing that I have coming up does talk to me about that part of you that's actually being grown or expanded right now in general as we go through the month. And I feel like this definitely has something to do with family for you, whatever family looks like for you. I have several clients that they don't consider family, those people that are related to them by blood. This is kind of their tribe, so to speak. This is the people that they hang out with, the people that they tell their deepest, darkest secrets to, the ones that know them the best. And they may not be related by blood at all. They may be close to the same age. They may not. So when I talk about family, it doesn't always just apply to blood family. This can apply to, you know, those people that are closest to you, those people that you have let into your inner circle. So there is something going on there with family, and I feel like there's positive momentum forward with family. For some of you, I feel like, especially for the men, Capricorn, I know this is going to sound weird, but for some of you male Capricorns, I feel like your family may be expanding. You may be about to adopt a baby, or a child. You may be about to, maybe your wife or your significant other is about to have a child. So for some of you, it's going to be about family expanding, and it's a very joyful thing. It does not come across in this card as anything that would be stressful. I mean, obviously, you know, there's stress as far as money and stuff, but just really happy to be bringing a new life into the world, because you know that money stuff, it'll all sort itself out. People, though, it's not like you can just go around making people everywhere all the time. It takes a little bit of effort. Okay, gonna get off of that subject right there. Because I'm thinking about more than just a few moments of effort. I'm thinking about 9 months worth of effort and planning and all of that good stuff. So for some of you males especially, I see that this may be expansion of the family. For you females, what I'm really pulling on strongest for you is relationship bonding. So relationships getting stronger is what I feel like is really being expanded for you. And also for some of you females, I'm getting in these feelings and I'm having a hard time translating them into the words that would make sense. So give me just a second here. I feel like some of you females are dealing with issues of life and death. That's where you're being grown or expanded. Like you may know somebody who has some kind of terminal illness and you're facing the idea of, you know, what does this mean when this person leaves their body? What is that gonna, how is that gonna impact my life? How does that impact them? How will that impact our relationship? Does it impact our relationship? Is there a relationship after that? Those types of questions. I feel like a lot of you female Capricorns, that's more the type of thing that you're dealing with when it comes to family. You're trying to figure out, okay, what does this really mean if I lose somebody? And for some of you, that loss has already occurred. And so you're still kind of struggling with those questions of, okay, well, how do I, you know, how do I go on without that person? How do I still communicate with that person? Can I still communicate with that person? So, where for the males, it feels more like, for the male Capricorns, it feels more like family expansion. For the females, I would still say expansion, and it has to do with family, but I would say it has more to do with expanding that relationship, realizing that those relationships do go on. And for those of you who are dealing with somebody who has crossed over or who will cross over, but also for those of you who aren't dealing with something like that, just relationships improving, bonds getting stronger. I feel like you're kind of learning some things about some of the people that you consider family in your life, and about, I feel like you guys are just building that relationship, getting closer. Okay, so the next thing that I see talks to me about those things that you stand for, Capricorns. And I have another person coming up here. You're the first one that has had so many people. I think maybe everybody else might have had one person other than yourself show up, but you guys, wow, I've already got 2, maybe 3 coming in, maybe 4 coming in. Okay, so what you stand for is actually a person that's in your life. For some of you, this is actually going to be a supervisor that you're standing up for. And I do feel like this person is a fair person. They are very good at thinking things through. They're very logical. This is somebody who can cut through the BS really quick because they know the truth. They just can see it. They're very insightful like that. They don't give emotions a lot of weight because they feel like that interferes with decision making. So this may be somebody who actually suppresses their emotions on a regular basis. That's kind of their normal mode of operation. But very, very, very smart. You can go to this person for any kind of business advice. They're really good at setting goals and at following through with those goals and reaching them. And so this is the person that you're standing for. And I find this really interesting. So this just basically means that this person is somebody who is in your life, who you feel really good about this person, and somebody may be like attacking that person or saying negative things about that person. And I feel like you know those things aren't true when that happens. And so you're standing up for that person. I don't feel like for all of you this is going to be a boss. For some of you this is going to be like a boyfriend or a girlfriend. For others of you this is going to actually be a spouse. But there's just, and for others of you this is going to be a family member. This is going to be a father or an uncle. And I feel like there's some kind of misunderstanding where people are kind of wanting to blame that person for something that they supposedly said or they supposedly did, and it just really isn't true. And I feel like you're standing up for that person. You're kind of that voice going, hey, calm down. Let's look at the facts here. Let's look at the facts before we start acting like freaks here. Okay, so the next card that I'm looking at talks to me about how other people perceive you during the month of February. And this is the card I will tell you that I get the most flack about, because how other people perceive us is not necessarily how we perceive ourselves. So just be mindful of that as I talk to you about this. But other people, for the month of February, they're seeing you as kind of relaxing, slowing down, maybe not working so hard. For some of you, I think people are going to be perceiving you as looking for work, maybe looking for a job, looking for something to invest in, looking for something to do. But for a lot of you, I feel like people are just going to be seeing you as taking some downtime. So I don't know, maybe you take the whole month of February off for vacation and people notice. I don't know. Or maybe you take 2 weeks off and people notice, or even a week. Sometimes people get ideas about things with just a little bit of time. But anyway, that's how people perceive you, as taking some chill time. And now, one of the lessons or experiences that's coming to you in the month of February, Capricorn, is you do have something going on where you're sort of overindulging yourself. And this is a financial situation in most cases. And so this can be where you're doing something that kind of tanks your budget. And a lot of times we do that and then we think, yeah, I know I'm tanking the budget, but I'll fix it later. How are you going to fix it later? You just tanked your budget. Not that easy. But I see you doing something like that tanks your budget. So either you're doing some kind of impulse spending, or you're not actually going to work, or you're going to work but you're not doing a very good job, so you're not really impressing anybody around there. Or if you own your own company, this could be you not doing what you know it takes to make the revenue come in. So you're doing something that really that whacks your budget, is one of the experiences or the lessons that you actually go through in February. What I have coming up after that point, and that's going to come around, I would say, around the 20th to the 21st, 25th, like at the latest for a lot of you. And this is a general reading, so not everything's going to apply to everybody. For some of you, none of this is going to apply. But for most of you, at least a little bit of this will apply. So anyway, that's going to be around the 20th to the 25th of February is what I'm thinking about. And, you know, then we've only got like 3 more days after the 25th. So we've got 8 to 3 more days left. What we have going on in the end of the month is we have another character coming into play here. And this is somebody who really, I think she sees you tanking things. And I'm actually feeling like she sees you doing more than just tanking your budget. I think she feels like you're doing some things that are a little bit self-destructive, Capricorn. And so she sees that, and she's coming in and she is trying to give you some encouragement and some upliftment and trying to help you to come into a place where you're not doing some of these self-destructive behaviors. She's trying to help you see the absolute goodness of yourself, which you haven't been looking at for a while, is what I'm hearing in February. So she is just trying to uplift you and trying to bring you forward, trying to help you see yourself in a positive light so that you can come out of any self-destructive behaviors that you have been actually indulging in. Now, the other thing that I have coming up is I feel like around the same time that this lady talks to you and tries to encourage you, I feel like you decide, you know what, I got to put a lid on this stuff. And you spend some time alone really working on your own feelings and trying to figure out what is contributing to that type of behavior. And as you're working out what's contributing to that type of behavior, this is mostly alone time, and this is a very introverted process for you that I see coming up. And what I see this actually leading to is you decide that you're going to make a lifestyle change, Capricorn, um, that moves forward into the future. So when you have a lifestyle change, what I'm talking about there is anything that you do that is not just like a quick fix. So we're not talking about, you know, a 1 week cleanse or anything like that. This is something where you actually change how you live. And generally when I see a lifestyle change come in, it has to do with either improving the quality of your life or, excuse me, or improving the length of your life. So usually this has to do with better health. This could be that you stop eating gluten. This could be that you stop drinking, that you stop doing drugs. This could be that you exercise more. This could be that you just eat better in general. This could be that you put down cigarettes. All kinds of different ways that this could come in. But it has to do with improving your quality of life or your health, and with lengthening the amount of time you can expect to stay in your body here on this planet. Okay? So that is your reading for the month of February, Capricorn. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate also all your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscribes. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think about this new format. Also, if you would like me to do monthly readings again, what I'm going to be doing is looking at how many views there are here, and if there are enough views to make it worth my time and my effort to continue these, I will do these again. But if there's not, then they probably won't happen again. So if you want me to do monthlies again, what I would suggest is share this video all over the place so we have tons of views there, and then I'll go, maybe I should do that again. Maybe I should invest a day of videotaping for that. Okay, Capricorn, thank you so much. Everyone have a fantastic month. Maybe I'll see you back here next time. Peace out.